Never one to rest on his laurels, outgoing Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg appears to have a surprise gift in store for Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Spoiler alert, Republicans ain't gonna like this. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. Pete Buttigieg, not to be confused with incoming Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. In fact, let's just get this out of the way real quick. Let's just have a point of comparison, shall we? Let's draw some contrasts. Both are veterans of the conflict in Afghanistan. Pete Buttigieg, Harvard and Oxford educated. Pete Hegseth, Princeton educated. Pete Buttigieg, happily married to his husband Chasten since 2018 and father to twins. Pete Hegseth, twice divorced and accused of domestic violence. He's sired 4 children and has 3 stepchildren via his current wife, Jennifer Rauschit. Hegseth has also been documented to have had numerous affairs and got Rauschit pregnant while both were married to other people. Real classy, that pair. Hegseth has a history of drunken behavior, was once kicked out of a strip club after trying to accost dancers on stage, has open hatred for Muslims, and a white Christian nationalist tattoo. Pete Buttigieg is a Rhodes Scholar, and prior to his tenure in the cabinet, served as the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. He also ran for president in 2020, becoming the first openly gay man to contend for the Democratic nomination. In a shocking surprise, he even won the Iowa caucus. Prior to becoming defense secretary, a position he was confirmed to by the skin of his teeth, Hegseth ran several veterans charities where he was accused of misappropriating funds. He also did a stint as a weekend host for Fox News. Everybody clear on the contrast there? Good. Moving on. Always ready to take on the Republican opposition, Pete Buttigieg has repeatedly pointed out the hypocrisy of Donald Trump as the standard bearer of the Republican Party, a party that supposedly stands for family values. Remember this?
Well, there's a classic parlor game of trying to find a little bit of daylight between running mates, and if people want to play that game, we could look into why an evangelical Christian like Mike Pence wants to be on a ticket with the president caught with a porn star, or how he feels about the immigration policy that he called unconstitutional before he decided to team up with Donald Trump. If folks want to play that game, we could do it all night, but I think what most Americans want to hear about is, are our families going to be better protected than they have been by this president who's failed to secure America in the face of one of the most dangerous things ever to happen to our country?
Buttigieg has also accused J.D. Vance of being a power-hungry whelp in the pocket of big business and of secretly despising Donald Trump. Sounds accurate to me. Now that he's leaving the federal government, many Washington observers have wondered aloud what Buttigieg will do for his next career move. At just 42 years old, he has a long political life ahead should he want one. Secretary Pete and his husband Chasten announced they would move to Michigan following the end of his term as Transportation Secretary. That sparked much speculation among the political set that Buttigieg might have his eye on the Michigan governorship. Current Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer terms out in 2026. Now, however, it looks like the man, once called Mayor Pete and Secretary Pete, has a different title in mind: Senator Pete. The announcement that current Senator Gary Peters will retire earlier today has sent the Democratic Party into a frenzy. Michigan is a key swing state in every presidential election, and the party wants to make sure that another Democrat will replace Peters, preserving the balance of power in the Senate. Earlier today, Buttigieg praised Peters' record on Twitter, saying, quote, "Senator Gary Peters has served with great integrity, focus, and expertise. It was a pleasure working with him as secretary to deliver good policies for our country and key transportation projects in Michigan. Thankful for his leadership and wishing him and Colleen all the best." End quote. Now, Axios reports that Buttigieg is taking a very serious look at the Senate race and the opportunity it presents to serve his fellow Americans. Quoting an anonymous insider, Axios says, quote, "Pete is exploring all of his options on how he can be helpful and continue to serve. He's honored to be mentioned for this, and he's taking a serious look," end quote. If elected, Buttigieg would become the first openly gay man elected to the U.S. Senate. Why does that matter? Consider something a moment. And yes, I speak from personal knowledge. The queer rights movement in the United States is the most successful in the history of the nation, making more progress faster than any other movement. In other words, the gays know how to get stuff done. Community organizing, fundraising, and clear messaging, setting clear, actionable goals to achieve, and working strategically to achieve them. As a Democratic Party fundraiser, Pete Buttigieg has shown that he knows how to get stuff done, be effective in his message, and set clear goals. For example, as Transportation Secretary, Buttigieg oversaw a $1 billion program that aims to reconnect cities and neighborhoods divided by roads through projects such as rapid bus lines, pedestrian walkways, and planning studies. The plan will improve roads to and from both upper and lower class areas, offering people with a low income a better chance to advance, both in traffic and in the job market. A Senator Buttigieg would mark a major win for the Democratic Party and a major win for the LGBT representation in government. Perhaps more importantly, it would also position Buttigieg as representing a key swing state, the kind of state any Democratic presidential nominee needs to win in order to take the White House. Does that mean we will likely see President Buttigieg someday? Time will tell. For now, the notion of a Senator Buttigieg should have Democrats and progressive-minded people excited. For Occupy Democrats, I'm David Reddish.